You get my drift. I am praying for you and you. This is Bishop Turner from UTC Abraham. I'm going to talk about the Middle East, Egypt. I feel that the United States of America need to come in, pull the funds from Egypt at this point. But we have to watch if we're gonna pull the funds from them that somebody else will pick them up. But I'm concerned tonight. This is Bishop Turner on the $1 Trillion Flow. I come to tell you, wherever you might be, I want to share some things with you. This is our magazine right here. And our magazine, I want to put it where you can see it. This is our magazine with President Obama on it. And we want to talk about that. In this, they're called the Seed Magazine 20, 2013. That would be a meeting of Chicago, New York, Washington, D.C., and New Orleans, and they would deal with the crime that's going on throughout this country. That's one of the things. Uh, and I want to give you the key. And the key that you need tonight is you need a key to open up a blessing for you. Deuteronomy 28:8, Philippians 4:19, and key number 2 is St. Luke 6:38, and key number 3 is St. Mark 11:39. These are the keys you need to open up the door for you as we get ready to make a move, as we get ready to do some things for you. As we come tonight to record to let you know this is a Seed Abraham. You can go to my website, theseedabrahamyellowsite.com, and our current event that's on September the 9th, which is Wednesday, we're having a men conference to talk about homosexuality, to talk about the lack of jobs, to talk about where we are in men in America, black, white, brown, green, red, and yellow. This is a Seed Abraham blessing and highly favored, and I want you to know that. And as we get ready to go to the next level, for all you ladies out there, I want you to call me and say, Bishop, I want to know what can I do to join the movement. On Mondays we have Blog Talk Radio from 10 to 11, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. movement. We're playing Dr. King tapes talking about what's going on in the struggle. On Tuesday, we have crossing over to Ancestry. We're talking about what's going on with most of our ancestors, why the climate change, why sinkholes all over America, and the view of lesser forces that's coming. On Wednesday, we have Bible class with Dr. Christian from Detroit and Evangelist Russell from Chicago and Pastor Blue from Little Rock, Arkansas. These are the women that will be on Wednesday, and that's from 7 to 8. On Thursday, Metaphysics of the Bible on Blog Talk Radio, where I am the host, and I'm talking about things in the Bible that make sense, things in the Bible that come true, and why some things in the Bible and in the Lost Bible or in the Bhagavad Gita are there in the lost books of the Bible, and we're going to talk about that. And on Friday, the $1 Trillion Flow, where the money? Who got the money? Who making the money in America? Who making money? Is blacks making it? Is brown making it? Is Hispanics making it? Is Mexicans making it? Is whites making it? Who making all the money in America? Why the poor get poor and the rich get richer? We'll be doing that on Fridays, Blog Talk Radio. Go to theseedabrahamyellowsite.com and push the home button, and that will be me talking, and then you go to special events, and I'm doing some things. This broadcast is for the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. movement. That will be Monday, and we're talking about children going back to school. And I'm glad to come to you tonight, wherever you might be, young lady. I want to come to you and say things are going to be all right. This is Bishop Turner with the Seed Abraham, blessed and highly favored. And if you got a problem, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Michael Jackson and a little bit about Whitney Houston, a little bit about Diana on coming up Thursday, come up Tuesday night, and I'm gonna cross over with Michael, and I'm gonna cross over and talk to Micah. And when I cross over, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5, 6 personalities of Michael Jackson. And these personalities of Michael Jackson, I'm going to go in and research them and tell you what's going on with Michael Jackson and where Michael Jackson at when I cross over with Michael Jackson. And as I cross over with Michael Jackson tonight, I can hear Michael saying, Bishop, uh, the record that I like is Man in the Mirror. That's one of my favorite records, and I'll be there. And I want you to pray that for my fans to let them know that I feel that the music industry have went all the way backwards from when I was in the physical, but I'm in the spirit. More people are going to dream about me this month than ever. And when you do your radio show, be sure to ask how many dreamed about Michael Jackson. And I'm asking you to call me or get in contact with me. Go to the seat Abraham Gives and say, Bishop, I heard from Michael Jackson. I come to him a dream. He come to me in a dream. He said something to me. And Michael Jackson was one of the most creative young men and full of magic. And he was also a magician. He was a musician and a magician and very spiritual. So phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 personalities of Michael Jackson. And I'm going to go into all 5 personalities of Michael Jackson. And I'm going to talk to them different phases of Michael Jackson that's going on. And when I talk to those phases of Michael Jackson, it's for you. Call me, get in contact with me. This is Bishop Turner, the seed of Abraham, coming to you on this Sunday night to let you know all is well. We're praying for the children going back to school. I want you to get involved. If you get involved, doors will open up for you as you get involved. And thanks so much. This is the personality of Michael. I want to see this personality of Michael. See this personality of Michael right here? It's the personality of Michael. I'm showing Michael Jackson as he's reaching out into the spirit world, drawing spirits to him. And those spirits he's drawing to him is bringing energy. And if you notice, everything he did was did from a different personality. So as it was did with a different personality, it read Michael. I want you to read Daniel chapter 12, verse 1 and 13. It'll give you a little insight on who Michael Jackson was. And I'm not talking about Michael Jackson, I'm talking about the spirit of Michael and the mandate that he had to help the children, and the mandate that he had within America. And lots of these songs that uh, he wrote and sung them. Most of them was coming through the spirit realm, from the spirit realm. And as I go in the spirit world with Michael tonight, and Michael wants you to know that I cross over. Michael wants his fans to know he loves them. He wants his fans to know that he'll be with them. And I thank you for that, Michael. And if Michael said what he was going to do, he's going to make sure over 5,000 people dream about him. And he's going to come to them. And he might come in a song, but he will be coming to them. And I feel good energy. And as I cross over tonight, I'm picking up a strong energy of Whitney Houston. Whitney is in the spirit realm now. And as I see her in the spirit realm, I feel good energy from her. And I feel that she feels that it wasn't her time. And she feels that there was foul play that was did, but it's what it is. And she haven't been through yet the what she's doing. So she will be doing some other stuff in the spirit realm as we call her in the spirit realm. And we're glad to have her. This is her birthday month. We're going to play some music about her music that she wrote that was very dear to her and for all her fans. And she wants to know that she sent out love to all of her fans. And she wants her daughter to stay strong. And she said, all is well. Thank you, Whitney. Thank you, Michael Jackson. I've been in the queue. I did remote viewing with Prince Diana. And when I did remote viewing, I felt that her death was murder because somebody else was in the car. And we're talking about remote viewing now. As I do remote viewing, I see another energy in the car, and that in the car that made the accident happen. So as I do remote viewing and look at that, I see trouble along the highway and something that was going on. I see there was another spirit in the car, and as I see that, I see uh, that what was happening was not normal. It was a great, strong witchcraft spirit, a spirit, demonic spirit. And I can hear saying that uh, something wrong with the car. Well, nothing wrong with the car. It was another person in there, and that person in there left after the damage was done. Right before the crash, they left out the car. They was causing the crash, and and the driver could not get his feet off the gas pedal because somebody was holding his gas pedal down. It was like an accident. And Diana is proud of her new grandson, and she's proud of her son and his wife. She's looking forward for a grandson from her other son. She wants him to know Prince William. She loved him, she loved them, and they will follow in her tracks. And so lots of things she says she will tell them in due time. And she will appear to them and talk to them like she's talking to me. I want to thank you, Prince Diana, for coming to Spirit World with me. I thank you for that, and I'm seeing her well dressed. Tonight, as I go in the Spirit World, I see a young man that he still look young, and I'm going all the way to this young man, everybody know him, Elvis Presley. Mr. Presley, God bless you. How you doing? I can see Mr. Presley in the spirit world, said he's the king, and he's along with Michael, and having a marvelous time. And he's saying that he feels that he's proud of his daughter. He's proud that he's able to cross over, and he's tired because some of the music now don't say nothing about when he. Uh, I want to ask you this: where do you think the music is going now? Rock and roll is here to stay, he said, but I see him with uh, a white outfit on and on his way uh, to do some concert somewhere. But I want to ask you, uh, was your death normal? He was saying a man had to come and get him. It was his time to go. But I left lots of legacy, and if I had to do it all over again, I would do it different. But I had to go in order to make things happen in the universe. I'm very busy moving around the universe. I want to thank you. Do you think this music industry now, Mr. Presley, as I talk to you, do you feel that it is more stronger now or more weaker? You feel that it's more weaker? What you think about the artist now? Uh, Heavy metal, uh, no regard for people, and don't have the energy. Okay. Uh, I want to ask you this: do you feel that your music was the music that was sent by God to the people? Uh, he said all his music had messages. You have to look past the song and look to the message. And the one I like the most, uh, I would like to know which one you like the most. And the one you like the most, I ain't nothing but a hound dog. You like that one? Okay, we thank you, Brother Alfred Press, for coming into the queue tonight, crossing over with the ancestor. As we cross over the ancestor, I'm seeing a young man walking in, and I want to say to you, Brother Frank Sinatra, how you feel tonight as you come in the queue. Uh, you saying that President Obama getting a bad rap? Okay, now I see the Kennedys with you, that Robert, Ted, and they all together dressed up suited. I want to ask you, Ted Kennedy, uh, is you familiar with Obama and Obamacare? I the one started it. I want to see it passed. It's going on. Thank you, Ted. Robert, what happened to you? I was on my way to Chicago, and the evil spirit got in behind me and destroyed me, but my spirit is with Obama, and my spirit is with Obama because he worked with my brother, Teddy. Now, I want to know, uh, President John F. Kennedy, you don't want to cut off the nuclear war, nuclear space. He said we still need to waste to space because man need to be free all over the world. In in the Middle East, they'll have terror in the Middle East. As I speak, the government have to back down and let freedom come forth, but it's radical from the other side want to keep the United States involved when we shouldn't be involved. We should make a decision, but we shouldn't make the decision hastily. We should make it with reservations to make sure that Russia, uh, uh, China, or Korea come in and buy up that in order to get it. So that's very important. And for the longest, I see doors open up for body, mind, soul, and spirit tonight. And we is over 9,000 people been killed over in the war. And in Bosnia is a big deal. But I want to talk about Chicago and Detroit, Las Vegas, and California. Right now, as I speak in Chicago, there's 950 murders. That's shooting, and that's all in Woodlawn, Inglewood, Lawndale, Roseland. In those communities, it's crime in other communities, but it's most in other communities. And we got to deal with the joblessness. We got to deal with the mayor. It's laying off 2,000 school teachers. We got to deal with the violence in New Orleans, the violence in Birmingham, Alabama, the violence right here in Gary, and the violence right here in Hammond, and the violence right here in St. Louis and Las Vegas and New Orleans and Dallas and Houston. We must deal with the urban warfare, that's going on black, white on white. We got to deal Mexican on Mexican. We got to deal with the guerrilla warfare that's going on right before us. We got we got terrorists in the community that terrorize the women and the children, and seem like the law enforcement can't get a hand on it. So this is Bishop Turner tonight, and our thing is let's let let the Middle East be free, freedom for Egypt, and that's my thing, freedom for Egypt, and that's what we want, freedom for Egypt, and Egypt to be free, where those people can be free and do what they want to. So we ask the United States to step in. We ask them to step in to ensure that no more innocent people be killed and slaughtered by the hands of the authorities. 28 was taken in, 28 was dead, was shot dead. So we're concerned about the violence on innocent women and children over in Egypt, over in Cairo. So this is Bishop Turner. I want you to write your congressman, write your state representative, and write your senator, your congressman, your senator, even write the president. So we must come to a stop. Too many innocent citizens is being killed. A young man called me. He was telling me his mother and his father and his sister and brothers there. And he's so upset. So we must stop the slaughtering that's going on in the Middle East. Not only the Middle East, the floods that's going on over in Russia right now, and we're praying for those families. The fire over in Denver, and the fire over in Idaho, we're praying for that. That's some door closure. Right now, we need you to understand this is Bishop Turner. Call me, get in contact with me, young lady. You got a problem, call me. You need to know something, call me. This is Bishop T. Turner from the Seed of Abraham, and I want to let you know. I feel that if some issues got to take place, I feel that women's got to women up and men's got to men up. We got to bring this thing to a close, the violence, the killing. Stop the killing, save the babies. And it's not just an organization job, it's the whole community job to get on the case. Every church, every synagogue, every Jewish temple, every rabbi, every imam, those are in the clergy field. Need to join in with me to bring a stop to Detroit, the violence in Detroit, the violence with the governor and the mayor and Ford and Chrysler and General Motors that will not fund Detroit to help it out of its place. Detroit was good to Chrysler, Ford, and General Motors. It's time for General Motors, Chrysler, and Ford to be good to the citizens of Detroit. They bust their back to work. They spend $1 trillion worth of advertisement around the world. So it ain't nothing to put a couple of trillions, a couple of billions in Detroit to build that. I think they need 38 million. That ain't no money for Chrysler, Ford, and General Motors. They can team up together and pay that tonight for the blinking of an eye. But if the people in Detroit do not wake up, you find yourself without a rail system, without garbage pickup. You find yourself that you are suffering in the richest country in the world. And if Ford and Chrysler and General Motors have not begun to help the citizens of Detroit, and whatever the money it needs, they should be able to give it to put Detroit back on its feet. And the mayor of Chicago, we got 950 murders, and a little boy, 7 years old, got shot tonight. And they found another guy shot 5 times in a car last night, which is the 16th, 17th, and the 18th. So we have to speak up and call a citywide boycott on Chicago. No kid need to go to school to walk where it's unsafe at, because the mayor and even the head of education in Washington, Ernie Duncan, should bring some kind of closure. And the Chicago police cannot guard children and keep the crime like it is now. The crime is out of control. We need to bring the National Guard in for 2 weeks to get a handle on all this violence that's going on. It's about drugs. It's about drugs. It's about guns and drugs. So we have to stand up and take care of that. Open up the door. This is Bishop Turner signing off. Thank you for coming to the queue. We're talking about free Egypt. Free Egypt. We want Egypt to be free. Its people to do what it needs to do. God bless you tonight, and I'll be coming to you about other topics, about the trillion flow, about the money. If you need to call me, if you need a private consultation, if you got problems, if you got a loved one that passed on and you need to contact that loved one, you need to say, call me. I do crossing over. Call me and I will talk to your loved one and tell them what I see. And right now, I want to tell a young lady, if you listen to this, I want to tell Sister, it's a lady named Sister Lottie coming in the spirit world. She want her daughter to know that she all right. And it's another Sister Herman saying, don't work yourself down, her daughter. And Sister Ann come in the queue with me tonight, and she want me to see about her daughters. Nevertheless, how they think. See about Ann, to see about Lois, and also see about Regina. I will be calling them, and that's in the queue with me tonight. And I'm gonna on Tuesday night I'll be talking to Prince Diana, Elvis Presley, also we'll be talking to some others. So it's important for you to understand. We'll be talking also with Frank Sinatra, and Frank said his music has taken off, and he's right there. And we also will be talking to Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. As a matter of fact, they'll be in the queue with me. I'm crossing over with Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Metatron is the angels that's around me tonight and carrying me there. And Hamiel is the angel of August, and Uriel is the angel of September. I'm looking forward to Uriel stretching some people out, turning some things around. So God angels are moving, is getting in place. And they're getting in place tonight for you to have a better life, for you and your family to have a better life. We're praying for every family member. We don't care how you lost your son or your daughter, how you lost a loved one. We're praying. There's no sorrow on earth that ever cannot heal tonight. And I'm praying for your fast recovery. I'm praying for your release, your healing. I'm praying for the cataracts, your tumor, your sugar, whatever problem you have, your heart problem. There's no problem God can heal tonight. And I want to tell you, if you're homeless, God can make it way. If you don't have no food, God's going to feed you. And I want to say a word, no toil. You ain't got to toil. God going to get it to you. If I get it to you, God will get it through you. And I want to tell you tonight, God going to bless you. I'm praying also in Minnesota for Victory Church. Evangelist Eva, God bless you. Pastor Eva down in Monroe, God bless you. Pastor Blue, right down there in Little Rock, Arkansas. And Sister Mary Collins and her daughter, Dr. Collins, and her daughter, Dr. Collins, down in Alabama and down in Birmingham. So I want you to know I'm praying for you and you and you. I want you to go knowing, sowing, and flowing in the right direction, and that direction that God's going to heal you. Young lady, you can have what you want. I see you in the kingdom hour. Call me. I see you, Francis, call me. It's some names. Mary, call me. Pearl, give me a call. And I want you to know, if you call me, there will be a door open for you. Angela, call me. And I want you to call me because God got something for you. Robert, give me a call. Jean, give me a call. John, call me. I want you to call me. Michael, give me a call because you're healing on the way. I want to tell you, Rose, get in contact with me. That's a breakthrough for you. And I want to tell you tonight, that God will open up a door. We're praying special for Purpose Fan. Happy birthday, Purpose Fan of WVON radio station, uh, the voice of the black nation. WVON radio station, 1450. We're praying for him. We're praying for every family. Every family lost a loved one. Every family don't know we're praying that God can do anything but fail. God bless you tonight. This is Bishop Kind of segment, Free the Egyptians. That's my segment. I'll be on again. Free the Egyptians. And that's my segment. Call a brother, call a friend. I'm with Egyptians. Let them have freedom and democracy right there because they've been whipped down, they've been bamboozled. It's time for them to be free. And the government got to back down and let them create their because the people is the government. In the name of the Father, Son, and in Jesus' name, amen.